Hey there, welcome back. This is Dan from Meraki. Today we're making a wonderfully easy recipe, all from pantry ingredients. It's a homemade gnocchi with a lemon, garlic, oil, and chili sauce. It's fantastic, it's easy, and I know you'll enjoy it.
We will need, for our gnocchi recipe, which serves 8 main and 16 sides, 4 potatoes, roughly 2 cups of flour, give or take, salt and pepper, and 1 medium egg. Now for our oil, garlic, lemon, chili sauce, which serves 2 main and 4 sides, we will need 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic, 3 Italian long hot peppers. Mind you, these are not spicy, they're actually mild. Do not confuse these with Thai bird-eye chilies. A bunch of parsley, and a lemon I forgot to add. Our first step with our gnocchi is putting our potatoes in a pot of cold water, and we are going to bring them up to a boil until they're easily pierced with a skewer. We can now pour out our water and let them cool down a bit. Now, they're still a little bit steamy when I do this step, which is just removing the skin. It's so much easier when they're a little bit warm. And we're going to pluck out all the eyes. And there you go. All done. Now we pull out our potato masher that has clearly seen better days, and we're going to mash to a smooth consistency. Pull out your medium egg, and we're going to crack it into the bowl, and we're going to incorporate. Just make sure you get every little bit in there stirred in. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, time to invite the sea salt and the flour to the party. We're going to put everything into the bowl and stir to fully incorporate. Now, the flour is not an exact measurement. You gotta really go by feel on this one. You want to make sure that the dough is just coming together and just sticking together. And then when we start rolling out, we want to make sure that it is just not sticky enough to stick to our hands. So as you can see here, I found that it needs a little bit more flour, so I kind of generously dusted my work spot, my working table, and I'm going to pour the dough out onto the table, obviously. And I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to constantly be feeling for that texture that I like. And we're not going to knead it too much because we don't want to overdevelop the gluten and make it too hard. We're just going to bring it together until it's just not sticky enough that it's not sticking to our hands. So I put it back in the bowl so you can kind of get an idea of how much I'm actually grabbing. It's just a handful. So I would like to do a handful for each plate. Because it's just going to be me eating this after, I'm just making one plate. So yeah, there you go. This one little handful, I'm just going to juggle around, kind of feel the consistency and add more flour. Again, generously dusting the table if it needs a little bit more. That way I can incorporate as much or as little as I need. And then we're just going to roll it out into a nice even tube, or as even as we can come anyway. And if it starts sticking to your hands, you can add more flour. Again, I'm really going by feel on this one, so yeah. Next, we're going to take a little dough knife and we're going to cut them into little segments the size of a gnocchi that you want. You want it not to be too big so that it's like overloading your mouth if you put a couple in there, but not too small where you need to really shove them in. And just cut them up, and there you go. Next, we dust them with flour just to make sure they don't stick with each other, and we're going to let them rest for a little bit. About 20 minutes is good. Now, this step is optional. I like to take a fork and give them a little roll to add those indents. Now, you want to really make your nonna proud of you? Do this. It's going to carry the sauce a lot better. It's going to be beautiful. Gnocchi. Now for our sauce. With the garlic, we're just going to take that little nubby off and peel off the skin. And pretty much we're just cutting them in half and throwing them in our garlic crusher. That's a lot easier than mincing all 3 of them, you know. So there you go. Crush, crush, crush. Scrape, scrape, scrape. It's done. For our chilies, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the ends. We're going to cut them open and we're going to scrape out the seeds. You don't want to be biting into those. That's going to really ruin the texture, right? So after we scrape out the seeds, we're just going to very thinly slice them, and there you go. Put them in your bowl and set them aside with the garlic. Alright, now we're going to grab our lemon. I actually love this way of doing it. So instead of just cutting a lemon in half and putting it in the fridge and letting it dry out, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the end of it. We're going to take our little skewer, stab her in, wiggle her around to break stuff up, and then we're going to squeeze about half our lemon into the glass bowl. And this way we can put it back into the fridge and we can squeeze it again when we need it. Next, we're going to take off our little sticker. Sometimes, you forget. We're going to take off our sticker and we're going to grate the zest of one lemon into our lemon juice. There you go. No problem. There you go. Beautiful. Set aside. Now get out your bunch of parsley. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off the stems and we're going to save them for a soup or a broth or something. We're going to roll our parsley into a little cigar and cut her up nice and fine. And then put it into a bowl and we have all our ingredients ready. There you go. It's as simple as this, and it's going to taste beautiful. After your gnocchis have rested for about 20 minutes, we're going to bring a pot of salted water to boil, and we're going to toss in all our gnocchis. Yep, some of them are sticking to the cutting board, and you know what I mean. I drop a couple trying to throw them in. And then we play the waiting game. As you see, they start to float up, and that's when they're ready. Yep, and you'll be just like me, waiting with anticipation to scoop them up and taste them, because they are beautiful. They're very pillowy, soft, and just wonderful. With a slotted spoon, that's all I'm using. I'm throwing them into a bowl, just as is, so they're just a little bit wet with that water. Yeah, gorgeous. I can't wait. Next, get out a pan, and I'm heating it up beforehand because I don't want to burn the olive oil, right? I'm going to put it in, and you can see it just starts to glisten, right? As soon as I put it in. Now, drop in the garlic, and we're going to saute roughly 30 seconds, right? Until it's fragrant. Next is our chilies. Just toss them in, and again, we're just going to stir it till fragrant. This is just going to be another 30 seconds or so. Next is our gnocchi. There you go. And we're just going to toss to go. Bam! Beautiful. It's already smelling amazing, by the way. Now we throw in our lemon juice and lemon zest. Give her a little stir around, fully incorporate and coat. And yeah, that's it. Now our parsley. We throw it in and we're just going to toss. We don't want to leave it on too long, but we just want it to blister a little bit. So that's about right. Season and toss some more, and there you go. It was just that quick. Everything's ready. Put it into a bowl, spill them around, get your nonna mad at you, and you got your fantastic homemade gnocchi with your lemon, garlic, chili sauce. Fantastic. You can grate some Parmesan cheese on top, set her out, and it also looks beautiful.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the recipe. For more just like it, check out my YouTube channel. See you next time.